We have in our feature match A, we have Toronto's Marc Levine going up against Hamilton's Ahmad Fahem in our feature match today. Remember Ahmad, we haven't featured him in a while, but his last feature match, he was able to defeat Bo Tang round one a while ago. So you can't take Ahmad lately, as he is a good player, but just not relatively known that well.
Defeated the Bo Tang?
And when I lived in Hamilton for 6 weeks, Ahmad was my neighbor. We were one block away from each other.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
So we developed quite a bond there when I temporarily lived in Hamilton for a little bit. And Marcus Misplay Levine, runner-up to one of our YOCC champions, is playing up against Ahmad Fahem. So this will be a good matchup between these two very good skilled players.
He's going by Marc Misplay Levine.
Yeah, that's what his Facebook says.
Wow.
Marc Misplay Levine is his
poor guy. It's a bad
is his Facebook name. Yeah. Hey, he did it himself. He put it on himself.
You have 40 minutes. You may begin.
So here we go. We are gonna start the round, and I don't think I've done the die roll yet at all.
I don't think so.
Nope. No, we are here in round 5. Ready to go.
Do we know what any of these guys are playing?
No, I don't know what they're playing. I knew Mark ran when he ran up. He ran Clifforts, and Ahmad at the time when he played Botang, that was like several months ago. He was playing Chagall's, but this, of course, it could change up. It could be anything at this point in time. I actually don't know how well Botang is doing, to be honest. I actually don't know.
We haven't seen him in a while. Be nice to see some difference. It was nice to see that Evil Swarm deck.
It was really nice to see an Evil Swarm.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never a big fan of playing against the Evil Swarm just because it's one of those decks that just restricts your plays.
You're not allowed to play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Although I always get a satisfying feeling every time I beat Evil Swarm because that is the deck that was meant to take me down, but I took that down. So Ahmad's going to open up.
I see some upstarts here and a carrier,
I see a Clifford.
Yeah.
So Ahmad's playing Cliffords, and he's going to start with an upstart Goblin. And
he's digging for that scout.
And he does have a second upstart Goblin in his hand as well, which he will play.
Yep. He's going to keep digging.
Trying to find that scout, or at least a Summoner's Art. So we know that Ahmad's playing Cliffords, and it looks like Marcus is also playing Cliffords, as I just got a glimpse of his hand. So we have a Clifford mirror match happening here.
And he's unfortunately has Skill Drain, which is not a very good card in the
mirror match.
That
is definitely not a good card in the mirror match. I can only see one big use for that outside of Disc, and that's just a smaller Clifford. Trying to attack a bigger Clifford.
Yep.
So he's going to go with a Helix, and poor Ahmad, I don't know if he knows that he's got but he's going to set the scale.
He's placing that in his scale.
Oh, he does know. He does know that his opponent is running Clifford, so he put in the scale so that way he'll have the advantage on the attack / defense points.
This monster will be bigger.
Yes, indeed. So it's a really irregular move if you were playing any other deck, but in this case it warrants it happening.
It is justified.
It is indeed. So, but Mark is able to open up Summoner's Art to go into a scout, which is good for Mark. I can't say the same for Ahmad unless Ahmad's able to stop that. But we'll see.
I believe if Mark was playing to his name, he probably should have searched a monolith there, right?
if he wanted to live up to his name. But Ahmad did have a Typhoon indeed, the Ghost Rare Typhoon at that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Ghost Rare cards. I don't like them. I think they're very ugly.
I actually play low rarity. All my cards are low rarity.
Yeah. I'm a super rare guy.
You super rare?
Yeah, I'm a super guy.
They look cool. Oh. My favorite is ultra rare though.
Yeah, ultra's nice. I love supers though.
Dante Luke's ultra rare.
And there's the monolith.
Now there's the monolith right there. So, and he's gonna set up. It looks like a Helix. That's a Helix. So he's gonna set the scales already. He's gonna go with a Scout in defense mode, only to tribute that off.
That's unfortunate.
For a carrier.
That's unfortunate though, because now he's locked himself out of a Scout. A Pendulum Zone to put that Scout in.
Yeah, he has indeed. He sacrificed his own Scout.
But that is a normal summoned carrier.
That is. So the carrier will have more than that Helix. The carrier is going to hit that helix, and it's unfortunate because Ahmad has that. Ahmad, this is actually a situation where
drain.
Ahmad can play the skill drain and actually.
But he has the guys to shrink his, so they'll match attacks, right? Because he's got the carrier.
Oh, that's right. It will match attacks.
So he's going to pay the 1,000 here, but I do believe that they're both going to crash.
I think Marcus is kind of pointing out to that.
So they're figuring out all the attacks right now.
Yeah,
and
they're
they
both
realize, they do both crash.
But he does. But playing that skill drain does at least have them trade off.
Yep.
So it wasn't a bad skill drain by any means, but at the same time, it's gonna hurt. And then that also gets a draw for the monolith too.
He did tribute one monster that turn, so he does replenish that. But the ability to not play a scout now is pretty huge. He's locked himself out of his pendulums, but he does have monsters in his pendulum zone to bring back, so he will have an abundance of monsters.
So a disc is summoned out, and this is basically almost like just like a beat stick war almost now. And disc is actually a pretty good card to draw, considering it's pretty beefy in its own right.
Absolutely. Not much that can get over that in the mirror here. Interesting, we haven't seen very many stealths come down.
Yeah, it is, and that's 2,800 coming down too. Sorry, it's a 2,500. I'm sorry.
So he does have the Typhoon. Another ugly ghost Typhoon.
Yes, indeed. But he had a Typhoon, which is a very solid draw indeed. So there's a duality, a Typhoon, Summoner's Art, and a Storm. So yes, he's definitely gonna play a Summoner's Art. No doubt in my mind.
So he is taking that.
And that's the thing about that Typhoon too. It let Marc open up to play. Now he can get a scout if he wants to, even though there's a monolith there.
Yeah, he is locking himself out.
But a monolith is at a scale of 1 though. So he will get the scout and he will activate it. So he can still exceed summon because monolith is 1, scouts at 9, so he can still pendulum summon. So there's a stealth of the sacrifice and will attack the disc.
So there is the stealth. And he's got the sacrifice too now.
He does. That sacrifice is pretty huge there for Marcus. That stealth has the same attack as the disc, so that sacrifice puts it up by 300, just enough to take it over. And now Ahmad's back on the defensive. And he really needs a scout of his own. And he definitely didn't. It definitely looks like he didn't draw it.
Yeah, that skill drain that was helping him now just is not doing anything.
They're turning
really.
it around.
It's just a dead card that's bumping up Marc's monsters. I believe he drew Regeki. Doesn't help him.
And it's strange to see that, Marcus didn't pendulum summon that turn. Because he does have 3 monsters in his extra deck. He didn't pendulum summon. Oh, he did duality. That's right. And Ahmad just said, "I can't do it. I can't take him down."
Yeah, the duality was the
duality is the reason why I couldn't special summon.
Yeah.
But yep, he couldn't do it. And oh geez.
It's gonna be interesting to see if any of these players bring in the Stormforth here. I see him fingering it there.
Yeah, and Stormforth is an absolute killer card in the mirror match.
Storming a monster equipped with a sacrifice to summon a stealth just shuts off all of their plays.
Yeah, so you have to be really careful now when you make that summon. And
yep, the monster with the sacrifice now, when they Stormforth it could be. Oh, here we go. We have.
So Eric Henning is still indeed against Anthony DeCoco.
No, that's
sorry.
Adam.
No, that's not right.
That is Adam Quenville.
That's Adam
also
Quenville.
from Windsor on the north side playing Cleforts, and that's Anthony on the bottom, obviously still playing Burning Abyss.
Still king of the hill, and we're playing from Anthony's perspective always. He's always on the south end of the table there.
Yep. We're just kind of joining halfway throughs here, so we're not sure what's been played and what's been used. It does look like Anthony just resolved a beginning of the end. See a banished graph and a few other cards, so appears he did activate that.
And it's always been a very huge game-breaking card. And he has a good and evil in there, too, which he could use. So that also is quite powerful for him in this situation here.
Yeah, these guys are locals. They play together every week. Every Saturday at CG, these two. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here.
Oh, and I see an enemy controller coming down
Let's
on
have
Anthony
that
Coco's
econ.
side, so he will activate it, tributing the Dante to take the Clifford Stealth. And this is game 1 of the match, so don't expect to see any too many tricks around here.
I'm not sure what he grabbed back with the Dante.
We couldn't see what we grabbed back with the Dante. It was way too quick for us to figure it out. But Anthony DeCoco is running.
Farfa.
It looks like he's got a chance here, but let's see what he can do.
So Anthony's just thinking about his plays here.
Yeah, he's got a lot of options, especially with that Virgil. He's got a Virgil, and he's got that good and evil in there too.
I'm
So
assuming
that's
he's pitching.
Yep, and it is going to be Virgil's effect. It looks like. I don't know what Adam's trying to do there, but that is Virgil.
And Piercy's got the scout. Shuffle that.
He's gonna shuffle that scout.
Always a wise choice. Get the scout out of there.
Yeah, you got to stop that scout train, or else it's going to be problematic. That's how Cleveforts win. So Stealth is going to attack over the carrier. And the Virgil will attack over the disc.
So
So it's an 1800 disc.
yeah, so that was just a baby disc.
And he's going to pass it back. Looks like he may have already used Graph that turn. And we're going to go back to our feature match A now, where Marc Levine was able to take down Ahmad Fahem in the first game.
Are those Pac-Man dice?
They do look like Pac-Man dice to me.
Nom 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 nom.
Actually, I had to dress up as one of the ghosts for Pac-Man for when I did a wrestling show.
I support it. Still haven't seen Mark make any misplays. I don't like that.
He's not living up to his name.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Ooh, we got a Mind Crush there.
How ironic, really.
Yeah.
Mind Crush actually a really good card in the mirror match because of so much adding going on. You definitely want to get rid of. Definitely want to don't let that happen. So Ahmad is going to continue to play Upstart Goblin again. And I see a Mind Crusher in there. So a carrier is going to open up. No surprises here. I do see a sacrifice, I believe. Oh, no, never mind. Maybe I don't.
Maybe he is playing around the Stormforth by not playing the sacrifice, but instead setting it.
Okay.
But I don't know, because he could just summon a monster, sacrifice, and run it over.
Yeah, he really could too. So I don't know what he's going to do here. So 3 back row that now Mark has to deal with in a Clifford matchup. Now, it's not uncommon to see 3 back row come in the Clifford matchup, but not to say it's always problematic.
Yeah, we do know he has the Typhoon. We saw the ugly ghost rare. What is that?
So it looks like
A stealth, maybe.
it looks like a stealther.
Tough to see.
I can't. Yeah, there's quite a glare. It's very difficult to tell what that is, but it could be a stealth. And that appears to be a helix.
Yeah, it looks like a helix. So, seems to be fingering that Typhoon there. So, he might be willing to play that Typhoon.
I'm gonna guess that is a stealth, judging from what it looks like.
Yeah.
And so
That is a
that
stealth.
is a stealth. Okay. That glare is very difficult to see. So he
So that
typhoons
was a
just to-
stealth, and yeah, he typhoons the helix to prevent him from pendulum summing.
which makes sense. So there's the
Let's get
carrier.
the carrier.
And he just
And
might just try to ram the
pokes.
carriers. Makes. Oh no, the stealth is there, so that's not gonna.
Ah, yes. So he gains the boost, obviously. He sets one, and I believe he passed. Takes the 300. I
Yep.
believe.
So yeah, he does take 300 because that stealth is at actually 21. So there's a stealth of
So here comes the stealth.
of Mod's own.
Let's see if he did have that sacrifice.
Yeah, he did set the
does.
sacrifice.
Yeah.
So I was correct. I was
So-
correct earlier. So
Yeah, so he was trying to avoid the Stormforth. I think that's maybe the only reason why you wouldn't set it,
to bluff
or
it
why
out.
why you
Next.
wouldn't play it.
So there's a ram right there, as sacrifice prevents stealth from being destroyed in battle. But so how will Mark respond to this? And does he side Stormforth? We don't have their deck list, so we can't tell you at the moment. So it's
Well,
all
we
up
do
to
know Ahmad brought him in, so he
Yeah.
did bring in those and spell shattering arrows. So
So it's all a surprise to us at this point in time.
is that a Goku?
That is a
Or a
that is a or Trunks.
No.
Looks like it's Trunks in the game. Now Mark is trying to figure out what to do here.
There's
And
a
let's go for
disc.
disc. And he's going to put a stealth.
Another stealth.
Another stealth in there just so he could beat it over. Just to inflict 300 damage on it, and that's all.
Times are tough.
This is a very difficult time here for Mark if he's. But now they're trying to see, can I get 600? You should.
Not sure what they're trying to figure out right
I'm
now.
also trying to figure that out too, but he should take 300, and that's it. So play continues, and Ahmad's going to draw for his turn, and seems to be in a decent position right now as two stealths are on the side of
And-
Marcus Way. There's the scout
and
finally.
there's the
That's the
scout.
card he needs.
And boom goes the dynamite.
And here come the pretzels.
Oh yeah. He's gonna start searching and drawing and.
Now you gotta wonder what is Ahmad gonna search for in this case now. Attributing the stealth won't really do much.
He can search for a monster to finish his scale and then bring out the carrier.
The carrier, he can do that, but because that disc can be destroyed.
But he's got to wonder what that face down is, because why play two scout? Why play two stealth?
Yeah, really, he's playing the two stealth just to
Interesting.
have an extra 300
Just
attack
to-
over.
Yeah, just to attack. There's got to be something fishy going on there. So he's grabbing the disc. So he could even tribute for the disc and then just monster.
Yeah, but it just
Look at the
just wonder
sacrifice
what
search as
what is
well.
that set card?
That's a mind crush.
Oh,
There it is.
so a disc.
Disc. He revealed something. I didn't get to see it.
I don't know if he revealed or not, but they can't confirm that there are 3 discs in the public area. So, it doesn't look like he showed his hand or anything. I don't know. If
I do believe that Mark asked him to see his hand, and he did flash it to him, but I think he did it face down so
Yeah,
that we weren't able to see it on the camera from the above view.
and technically can't just flash the hand. You have to leave it out there for your opponent to confirm. But at the same time, your opponent can't take like minutes on end to remember that.
Yep. Although in the ARG events, you are allowed to take notes.
Which is
So,
really intriguing that they
Yeah.
can do that.
yeah. It's very interesting that they allow that. A lot of people take advantage of it. I do believe it's smart to take advantage of that.
Absolutely.
but-
Why would you not take advantage of that if you could? And there's that brief period in time where in sanctioned events you were allowed to take notes.
Yeah. Yep. Any knowledge that maybe you forget, who knows? You write it down,
Take
you'll always
advantage
remember.
of it. Absolutely. Mark Levine's deck box, from the bird's eye point of view, almost looks like a box of Pop-Tarts or like a fruit snack box. from the bird's eye view.
Nom, nom, nom.
So he's shifting the stealth into defense mode, just to act as a wall right now.
Yeah, that Mind Crush on the disc really hurt. He was going to search out a bunch of stuff, finish his scales. But Mark's still locked under these double stealth, so.
And you got to wonder, was that the right play for him to lock himself under with those stealths? And it seems that Ahmad at this point in time would just have no more reason to want to spell shadowing, just because he's locked himself down, to gain 600 attack.
Yeah. Yeah. And
they're only at 20.
It's not like he sided in fairy wins.
Yeah.
So
they're only at 24. So and 24 can easily be overcome when you're playing Cliffords.
Yeah, you don't want to waste your own Typhoon on your own stealth just to be able to play a scout, But he does have the scout search, which will probably get him another disc.
As we see the miss.
That was our misplay.
The fun misplay graphic there, and you may have got your first one.
That was it.
The one you've been yearning for this whole entire time.
Finally. Yeah, I don't think he had I don't know. Maybe he doesn't side in the Stormforth because he was willing to put that second stealth there pretty quick just to deal the 300.
Oh. Apparently, so it's a Bluff Summoner's Art that's set right now.
Yeah, he does have the Summoner's Art set, so that was definitely a misplay playing that stealth there because now he's completely locked out from searching for that scout that he could be playing.
Except he could have got his own sacrifice, but then again, he doesn't want to succumb to maybe attribute someone of his own. But
so here comes the disc. So
that
I believe
other
we're going to
disc.
see a game 3 here. If that is a Bluff Summoner's Art. He's just running some numbers here.
Well, according to our tech guy Kenneth, he says it is. I don't think he'll steer us wrong, but let's see here. Although that Trunks does look like Vegeta, though.
So he's running numbers. I don't think he can kill him. He can.
Unless he's packing some crappy tech here.
He's going to be searching for the sacrifice, so he can get the other monster to finish his scale, and then the disc monsters are coming out, plus the carrier, so he's got a lot of damage. Oh,
so he's going to Stormforth.
Too. Yeah,
he will indeed Storm, and he's just going to scoop it up right there.
That's enough. That was rough.
It was indeed.
Double stealth in the pendulum zones. Yeah, you're not going to get very far. You need that scout in there.
Oh, it looks like this game was just finished up too, and looks like Adam may have taken game 1 on Anthony, but that's maybe what it looks like, or Adam was just reading Anthony's BLS or something.
Oh, they're going into game 3.
Oh, we're going to game 3 now. Interesting.
Ooh. So yeah, they have already sided. So you might want that snatch deal.
So both our games right now are in the middle of siding.
Game 3. I hope somebody blows somebody out so we can watch the other one.
It's true. You could do that.
I like watching both.
Both our feature tables are in the middle of siding for game 3 right now. They're just shuffling up here. So this is, unfortunately, we got a little downtime right now. So, but for
we got the Cleefort mirror though.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we do have Cleefort mirror, but it's unfortunate for Marc that he just decided to lock himself out with the double stealth just to gain the extra 300 attack.
Yeah, that was Marc. Yeah. Yeah, he double stealthed there and then drew the Summoner's Art presumably after. If he does side in the Stormforth, it's kind of a bad idea to waste a stealth like that, especially if he did draw that Stormforth. He was right back in the game because he contributed Ahmad's disc with the sacrifice, and the stealth would force the sacrifice to miss the timing. So kind of gave up on his deck a little fast, but also he did have the scout, so he could have searched for the disc and then killed him anyway. So
Now, we don't know how much time is actually left in the round, though. That also could possibly have played a factor because we all know nobody likes to take a draw. The only time people will take a draw if they know they're going to top either way. But
oh, yeah. Oh, and here we got
the My Little
what
Pony
are those?
cards.
My Little Pony.
I can't say I'm a brony, though. My old roommate was. Is it bad that Rainbow Dash is the only My Little Pony that I know?
I have no idea what you guys are talking about at all. My Little Pony, not my thing.
Definitely not my thing either.
I have no idea what that is.
I just know Rainbow Dash, that's all.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
We're not bronies.
Oh, Marc Brony L. He's not misplaying no more.
Not misplaying anymore.
He was just Brony.
I think we're just doing 6 rounds. 6 or 7 rounds. I think it's 7.
I believe 7 rounds. Yeah, I believe 7 rounds.
7 rounds, top 16. I believe.
And we're in round 5 right now.
Yeah, we are round 5 right now for sure.
And I believe there was 76 players.
Yeah,
76 players.
Something around that. Something in the mid high 70s. We were in.
Almost 80 players. Good turnout.
Good solid turnout. That's like a really good. Like Ottawa regional. Really good Montreal regional. First Montreal regional I played in that I won was 84 people. So that was 7 rounds. So
yeah.
I'm guessing it's gonna be around 7 rounds.
I think the first regional I played in, there was like 310 players.
Oh my!
And that was in Detroit. Yeah, I went X and 3. So we got a Helix here.
Helix coming out first.
2 face down.
Actually, my first regionals was the Force of the Breaker sneak preview. I lost round 1 to Michael Shurkin. Won my next 6, and then lost round 8 to Peter Chung Tai because he had a Book of Moon to my Ring of Destruction.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ring was always exciting when you're like, I got the game.
I got
Book.
No, I don't have
Oh,
game.
no.
Oh, I don't have game.
And Book's still drawing torture for some players.
It is.
Oh, I see that Mind Crush there.
So Typhoon, uh-oh. If that's a Mind Crush.
See if he's got that scout.
Let's see if he's
I
going to...
don't think he does.
Let's see if he's going to gamble. Yeah, I feel that it is a Mind Crush, and he's... It's always such a wonder. Do you take the gamble?
Well, he could flip it over. He knows it's getting destroyed, so he can reveal what it is.
It's almost like when you play showdown poker, when somebody calls you all in, you're allowed to reveal your cards and then decide. Not in like normal Texas Hold'em when you have it, but if you play showdown one-on-one, you're allowed to show your hand and say, do I want to do this or not?
Yeah, it's almost better to reveal it because, see, now his opponent might make a facial reaction that shows that he does have the scout.
Yeah.
And he has the summoner's art. Oh, my.
So he called wrong, and I guess he called the scout. And now look at it, his name is back to misplay.
And he is back to misplay.
And he lost it. And he lost a Stormforth. So
I didn't get to see the rest of his hand, but it looked pretty silly over there.
And then there's a scout, so he's going to be able to play that freely. I don't shuffle anymore because he's just going to be able to search away.
Yeah.
Barring a Droll and Lockbird.
He's really got his own Mind Crush too to just like completely blow him out if he does decide.
And since he is equipped with a sacrifice, he's he will be able to search a card. But all he has to do is just get rid of it.
But of course, Marc does know that he has the Mind Crush. He did see his opponent's hand when he played that Mind Crush the first time. So seeing Mind Crush come in really big here in the mirror match.
And Ahmad still hasn't even made a search yet with a scout, which is what she's trying to figure out right now. And he's just reading his own sacrifice here.
That seems like something Marc misplay Levine should be doing.
Just to clarify, he knows everything about it. He's still searching, and so what would you get here? We know we can't see Ahmad's hand, but what would you possibly get in this situation?
I think he's just going to get a carrier, honestly, and I don't think he had the Storm Fourth. If he does have the Storm Fourth, then wah-wah-wee-wah.
But he's going for a stealth here.
So yeah, he is going to.
They built a scale.
Helix, he's got the sacrifice, and that stealth here, as I said, is just going to disrupt all his sacrifices. Oh no, it's not actually.
No, it's just only he just can't.
It's only if he tributes.
He can't chain to the activation, so he'll still get his effects. But I mean, if he gets pop the sacrifice, he's gonna know. He now knows what's gonna add to his hand, and he can mind crush. So the question is, Marc has to either search a card that he doesn't care that gets discarded.
He could also bounce the sacrifice to his hand, as he's doing.
Yeah.
So he bounces the sacrifice, and he's just going to attack over the Helix.
Yep.
And he could mind crush the sacrifice.
And he can indeed. Yes, he can. So long as he knows what card's in his hand, that's all he cares for.
He does need to have a card in his hand, though, at the end. So he will have the Scout, so he can play the Mind Crush freely, knowing that he does have another card in hand.
Indeed, because he's going to scout the hand. And the sacrifice, in order to get the effect out, has to be the field to the graveyard. So now he knows he can attack, set the Mind Crush. He has a scout in his hand, so that's a card in his hand he needs. And basically just strip him of all the sacrifices.
Yeah, and he's going to get to see his hand, too, which is just going to be so much more devastating.
So let's see if he's going to play it right now off the draw. Oh, and he has 2 sacrifices, too. So
I would try to set
I don't know why he's not playing it now, but
I would try to set one as fast as I could. Enter my main phase. Set. Snatch your guy.
Yeah, that's strange how he chose not to play it right off the bat.
That's I don't agree with that at all.
But I guess he's trying to do that because he just
unless he's got a heavy read on Snatch Deal and he's ready to mind crush it. Yeah, I don't like that play at all. I think.
Yeah, the only reason why I think he wouldn't do that is because he could do a 2-card combo and get back in the game. But I can't think of any 2-card combo offhand that Marc could do to get himself back in this game.
Yeah.
Well, maybe with a snatch, I guess maybe snatch and a scout.
He is gonna sacrifice up here. Maybe get a search if he can kill it. But Marc does know that it's a Mind Crush. He saw it when he played his Mind Crush.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Ahmad's got to be hitting himself in the head now, realizing I should have played that Mind Crush.
Absolutely.
And eat out 2 sacrifices.
But he does have both, so he can still pendulum out.
He can at least pendulum summon out.
Yeah, he's going to search for the disc from the Scout, and then he can still pendulum summon out the Scout in his hand and the Helix, bounce the Snatch Deal, and it's pretty much game over.
He can double swing. Yeah, so it looks like he does have game on board because if he pendulum summons for that for disc, but he's also got to have a sacrifice in his hand too. That's also another thing.
He has the Scout that he searched for.
Yeah, he does have a Scout.
So he can pendulum out the Helix and the Scout, and then search for a disc with the Scout, and just pop the Snatch Deal, get his monster back, summon 2 from disc.
And that should be game because he is at 67. So let's see if Ahmad knows that he has game. And that stealth has been buffed over to 24.
Yeah, he boosted it up.
So if you get 28, 24, 18, 18.
No, that was a normal summon stealth.
No, but there's 2 sacrifice on it.
Yeah.
Buffed out. So 24, 2 18s, and a 28 is going to be game.
No, the stealth itself was normal summon.
Oh, it was normal summon.
By tribute.
Oh, that's right.
It was tributed.
Either way, it's going to be enough.
Yeah. It's well enough.
So base 800, he's going to go for it.
Yep. And there's the disc. So he realizes it's game now. Just tributing the Helix is enough, and should bring out 2 more monsters in the time for a game.
Yeah, looks like it, but. So let's see what's going to happen here.
So yeah, there's he tributed the Helix and the Scout as expected.
So for the disc, that's going to be game right there, and Ahmad is able to take it away against Marc and Misplay Levine. He's able to come back with a victory. You down 1 game and comes back the next 2 to win the clipboard mirror match. Well done, Ahmad.